Let's talk about Porsche, because we've got some Porsche 911 news that's going to rock the industry, because I like to say it's rocking or shocking the industry because it's an indicator of what is to come. So yeah, big indicator of what is to come. There will be no manual Porsche 911 in 2025. That requires a bit of a drink. That's bad news. No, for 2025, as of 2025, the Porsche 911 manual, it's gone. And that is the way of the future, folks. Please let us know what you think in the comments section. So this is from The Drive. So The Drive is reporting this. And there used to be a 7-speed, and it's gone. I've got two Porsche 911s. Of course, they're older. It's a 1999 and a 2000. But both of them are fantastic to drive because they're manual. So much fun. My Shelby GT350 interests me more than the Shelby GT500, even though it's supercharged, has what, 700 and some odd horsepower. I want a manual. So I have a Shelby GT350 2017, and it's a total blast to drive because I'm driving the vehicle. What's going on, folks? The point of a sports car is so that we can drive it. And yes, the dual clutch, the WB of SoCal, you make an incredible point. And it's a great point about the 911, and it's a great point about the Ford Mustang as well. Porsche 911 dual clutch system is one of the best transmissions ever made. I don't know if it's still essentially a Lamborghini transmission, but it shifts unbelievably quickly. I drove one last summer. Marie drove one last summer. Marie giggled almost so hard she almost cried accelerating the Porsche 911 GTS that we drove. It was wild. It was the automatic. It was the dual clutch automatic. And it's incredible. The gear shifts are so unbelievably quick. No human could ever compare. The most top quality professional driver on the 7-speed will have the 911 come in 0.5 seconds slower than that dual clutch. A true testament of how incredible the Porsche 911's dual clutch is. And it makes me think of the whole electric vehicle story. Electric vehicles are great handling, fast, really, really fast, comfortable. But just because a Ford F-150 Lightning is as fast as certain models of Ferrari and much faster than any gas version, even faster than the Raptor with the 5.2-liter supercharged engine, the Raptor R, being fast isn't everything. It is also nice to have the option to really drive your vehicle. So a little bit of sadness here, but on a positive note, the Ford Mustang is still mostly offered, not quite as much as it used to be, but still you can still get it as a manual. So the 2024 Ford Mustang, you can still get it as a manual, a little less option to get it as a manual, and we'll go through that through the build-in price. But what is interesting is, guess what? The 10-speed from Ford is also 0.5 seconds faster, 0 to 60 miles per hour, than any human driver. I think we can conclude that if the Porsche 911 dual clutch automatic transmission is 0.5 seconds faster than their 7-speed manual, and that Ford's 10-speed automatic transmission in the Mustang is 0.5 seconds faster from 0 to 60, I think we can conclude that Ford makes a really good transmission. I think we can also speculate and question. Well, we won't speculate, we'll question. Why hasn't the automotive industry talked about Ford's 10-speed? I feel like most of the news that journalists come out when it comes to Ford is they'll share two things: when something is new and when something is negative. They won't share a positive story about, hey, turns out Ford's 10-speed transmission, once the 2018, 2019, 2017 certain models having a bit of not all the transmissions obviously, but some of them have a bit of a hesitation. You can actually get them reprogrammed, and then, you know, they're much better if you even had the problem in the first place. But there's no talk about how incredible that transmission is, and it is. I've had both manual Mustang GTs and automatic 10-speed Mustangs. I absolutely love the 10-speed. But I really like shifting through the gears. It's slower, but it's fun. So that's our story for the Porsche 911. And it doesn't quite end there though, because Porsche 911 is signaling more things to the automotive industry. A little commercial break though. Important reminder about drugs and alcohol. Don't do them, because you can see right there, before and after photos. Not so pretty. Not looking so good there, buddy. Don't go too hard on the alcohol. Definitely stay away from this stuff. Shelby Cobra, before and after. I am happier since I have my Shelby Cobra. Love that GT350. 6-speed. So much fun. What a blast. But just a reminder, don't do drugs. Build a family. Take care of your family. And stay away from the things that will ruin you and ruin your family. So stay away from unhealthy temptations. That's my advice for the day. Let's check out more Porsche 911 news over at Motor Authority here. So you've got the Porsche 911 2026 Mercedes-Benz S-Class car news headlines. You can catch this story. It's a recent story. Viknesh. And he's talking about the mid-model refresh here. Let's switch right over. It's the next slide I want to show here. Just the Porsche talk. New Porsche 911 T Hybrid for significantly enhanced performance. Yes, huge power increases when this thing goes hybrid. And that's another tall tale sign of what's going to be going down with the auto industry. Everything essentially is going hybrid. A lot of models are going to gasoline powered, petrol powered models are going to get cut. They're going to get axed. They're going to get replaced with electric vehicles. But I think hybrids and synthetic fuels are the ways to properly get carbon production or carbon creation down. Even though I've got my whole viewpoints on carbon, it creates green life. You just need trees and vegetation to absorb it all. But I won't get into a rant. But yes, the 911 hybrid is here. Beautiful looking vehicle. 532 horsepower, 2.9 seconds, 0 to 60 miles per hour. So that'll be on your top of the line hybrid model, because likely they're all going to get, just like how nowadays all the 911s are turboed. But then you have the turbo model that is really turboed. It's just the most powerful turboed version. Well, probably quickly enough, all the 911s will be hybrid. There'll just be one model that makes 532 horsepower, accelerates from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, and has a top speed of 194 miles per hour. What? Why is that an important factor? Drop that number. None of us can go that fast. None of us should be going that fast. Drop that number and talk about how it can handle in the corners. I want to know how many G's, the G-force, how many G's can you take a corner at before this thing slides across the road, flips across the road, ducktails, butt spins, whatever you want to call it. I want to know how far this thing can be pushed in the corners. I'd also like to know what the G's are in acceleration. When you accelerate, will my stomach go all, just up to my chest, or will it go up into my throat? These are the things that make a vehicle exciting. Just like the manuals, they make a vehicle exciting. But these are the things we need to focus and keep an eye on. So that actually does conclude our Porsche 911 content. Please share with us your performance vehicle knowledge or experiences. It doesn't have to be about the 911. Corvettes, Ferraris. If it goes fast, we want to hear about it. We love it. Like and subscribe to the channel. Support this small family business. So that's our Porsche 911 talk for the evening. Now let's talk about the best models to make for any brand. This is going to be great purchasing advice. I've had 80 some vehicles. I've made more mistakes than I've made good decisions, but I've learned from my mistakes. I've noted what those mistakes were. I think it's important to make mistakes and know about those mistakes. So we're going to be talking about what you can do when you're shopping a vehicle, all through the lens of talking about the best Ford Mustang model to make and to build and to buy, build and price, then buy, the best Ford Ranger model to build and price. And there's going to be some car purchasing tips, tricks, some things you can use to help save you thousands on the purchase,